your movie, The Plot Against the President, first of all, congratulations.
Thank
This
you.
is very well done. The cast of people, the cast of characters, if you will, in this movie. I mean, you got top-notch people with inside access to this. Give our viewers, first of all, an overview of what the movie is and what you hope to accomplish with it.
Well, yeah, that was the kind of the one thing I had going for me, I guess, compared to any other conservative filmmaker, any other filmmaker that was going to cover this, is I worked in the administration. I worked in the administration for 3 years. I was at State Department in the White House, and I had a lot of friends that were like directly impacted by the Russiagate hoax. So everybody had, access to different levels of people. And I happened to be, really tight with the people that were directly involved with the Nunes investigation. And so when Lee Smith wrote the book, The Plot Against the President, I had friends basically plop it in my lap and say, hey, you know how to make movies. This is the right story. This is Lee has done the journalistic work of actually getting to the bottom of the real story. You should consider making this a movie. And I was like, I don't really do that anymore. I work in the government now. I kind of abandoned all that. But I looked at it and it was a perfect story. I mean, it really is like, it's got heroes and villains. It's a spy thriller. It's exciting. It's not just about declassifying documents. And, we can get very academic in our documentaries. I mean, because we've got a lot of, when you have a lot of evidence, you want to just put it in front of the audience, one thing after the other. And you can't really do that. You need to make it a story that's engaging to humans and about people. And I think that was the challenge. And that's why we did that story. It's so appealing that way.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I think you used the proper phrase, the accurate phrase when you said a spy thriller. I mean, this is something that you feel like you can't make up because it's not made up. It's true. This actually happened in the United States government. And half of the country doesn't believe it because the mainstream media lies about it or is just unaware of it because the mainstream media doesn't cover it. It's absolutely nuts. And in case somebody is not familiar with your work and your background here, when you said, I don't really make movies anymore, but I know how to make movies, why is that? Because this is a very, very interesting part of who you are and how you came to be both hybrid filmmaker and an artist in that sense, but also in politics.
Yeah. I mean, it mostly is just because I had like a personality crisis in 2015 and just ran away. So I was working in, I went to film school. I went to USC Film School. Both my parents are filmmakers. I grew up in Hollywood and Los Angeles. My parents are like the only conservative filmmakers in LA, though. I mean, I know there's like one or two more, but really my dad, his name's John Milius. He directed movies like Red Dawn and Conan the Barbarian and Flight of the Intruder and Wind in the Lion, which really covers he wrote Apocalypse Now and Dirty Harry. So like all these movies that, my dad, your dad, like all of their sort of generations of conservative guys love these movies.
They're just like American classics.
Right.
Everybody has heard and watched these movies.
Yeah. It's like a very, like if you're a conservative in America, you probably have one of my dad's movies as your favorite movie. Yeah. So he speaks to that audience. And so we kind of share the same audience. So I went to the same film school as he did. I was sort of working in different jobs in the industry. And I had put out a thesis film for USC that did really well, and it was playing at different film festivals. And I had a lot of time off. However, I was also getting really interested in politics. And I was getting really sick of the fact that I couldn't talk about politics in Los Angeles. And so I basically, when I say I had like a personality crisis, I just abandoned everything I was doing. And in 2016, just ran away and joined the Trump campaign because I was like, I just want to be around normal people. I don't want to be around these LA people anymore.
How did your Hollywood friends react to that?
I think I've got one left that'll still talk to me.
I mean, it's like funny, but not funny.
No, it's totally insane. I mean, they act like I changed, like I had some kind of grand political realignment when I absolutely didn't. I was always skeptical of the Iraq War. Believed in the principles that I believe in. I was always a big Second Amendment person, especially because of my parents. So I really didn't have any kind of big change. It's just that Trumpism came in and was a much more appealing form of conservatism that I'd ever seen before. I was not into the Bush style conservatism,
right.
Obviously.
Sort of big government conservatism,
if
you will. I know that's kind of a contradiction, but big government republicanism.
Yeah. Right. I mean, they are a contradiction. So I mean, we're actually being consistent is the thing. I just ran off and I just had such an amazing time. I met such amazing people and everybody believed in what we were doing. And it was such like a great thing. Like we were doing something good for the country. And so then I got hired to work in the administration, and I thought I was never going to make movies again. I was just like, that was weird. I just went to this really good film school and set my whole life up to be a filmmaker. And then now I'm working in the State Department. I mean, I was the DAS for content, which is, foreign messaging. And,
it's
I was
storytelling.
Yeah, I was working
with truth.
Exactly, like with narrative, but and communications and all that. But I still never thought I was going to make a movie again until this friend of mine plopped this manuscript on my lap and was like, "You need to do this." And I just was like, "Okay, I guess I will." And then I resigned and raised the money and opened the company, and now that's what I do again.